hotel. If you buy Dangote cement and you mold block and you build hotel, you're the CEO of hotel. Once in a while, you remember, oh, IPOB is doing well, oh, let me come and talk. So they will know I'm here. Chief Executive Officer of hotel and hostels. Oh, well. I want to let you know that I've been preaching this thing that you're about to hear now. These are prophecies that God gave me and said, speak to your people. I was talking to them very nicely, like a loving doctor and the priest mixed together. They never heard. They never listened. And after warning them for very many years, I went to the zoo in 2015. I was arrested. I came out. I went to them and I told them the same thing. And I said to them, God said I should tell you this, that this is going to happen. What did God say to me? I've been telling you about. They will rape your women. They will desecrate your mothers. They will take your daughters. And do you know what God said? And nobody will say anything. It's on my broadcast. Well, I can find it. I said it as I'm talking to you now. I said it live on air. I said that the Fulanis are coming. I said it. They are coming. Nobody can stop them. They are coming. I had this revelation, and it's not I didn't tell them. I told the governors. I told ohaneze. I told anybody who was willing to listen. That what you're seeing today now with Fulani Janjaweed, I knew it and I said it many, many years ago. Which I'll never tire of reminding all of you. So if you want to know the reason why I speak to you the way I do is because of your foolishness. You were warned. You were warned many years. Every broadcast, I kept telling them, do you know what is spending me tonight? And why Nyanwodo should be stoned. Anywhere you see him outside, stone him to death. Is the plight of this woman. And I hope we're going to get her in Anambra this evening. Do you know what happened to her? This is the woman. I want you to post this video, please. This is the woman that her daughter was abducted in their own home by the Fulani Janjaweed. And somebody will tell me in America, it's about resource. They are looking for water to give to their cattle. Can you believe such rubbish? All those compromised diplomats they have, compromised criminals they send, they call them ambassadors. They bribe them to twist the truth. This woman is a shining example of how dehumanized we have become as a race. People talk about Black lives. You people are insane. This is where it is not about Black Lives Matter. This is a level of wickedness never before. If they said to you when we were growing up that a time will come in the land of Biafra that somebody an outsider can come, heaven knows, maybe from Mauritania, come to your village, knock on the door and pick your daughter in front of you, leaving your grandchildren with you, will you believe it? And after seeing all these things, Modo said nothing. Obiano said nothing. None of these idiots running their useless thinking mouths said anything. And you want me to love you, to bet you, you will die a miserable death, all of you. You are evil. You are evil. You have so much pursued money, wealth. You have forgotten who you are. You have forgotten the essence of, you have forgotten how your mothers raised you. If money was everything, where we come from? How come when we were young, if you go out and bring in money that your parents didn't give you, they will beat the living daylight out of you? Why? If money is so important, why would your parents discipline you if they see you with the money they didn't give to you? Why? Ask yourself that question. All of you abandoned all of that nonsense. Say, hey, I'm an elder. Hey, you people are fools. You are there claiming you're elder. Somebody came from Mali, all the way from Mali, traveled to Anambra, from Mauritania, went into a home of an Igbo man, woke them up, and took their daughter and left the children of the woman. And we should cover our faces in shame because we have no shame. That is why we wake up in the morning and we're talking rubbish, because you have no shame. But I have shame. That's why I'm exposing all this nonsense. Post it. Let me see if you can hear from her what she explained happened to her daughter. Then you will shed tears. You will understand the venom, the amount of hatred. You will understand the amount of anger I have in me. It was not, you people think pattern dance was, no, not pattern dance, no, not the pattern dance. This is even more worse. It's worse than pattern. People died, yes. And my parents died as a result, yes. These are the idiots that some spineless idiots are telling me, oh, please, take it easy. You're insulting them. God will punish you and insult you the more. Mad people everywhere. People are insane. Was I not talking to you gently for how many years? 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16. Did you listen? 17. From prison, I was telling you people this is what is going to happen. Now you're talking about insult. Insult and there are useless set of idiots everywhere. Now listen to me carefully. Why anywhere you see any idiot, any bastard saying he or she is an elder, you work with a 2 or more. You should kill the idiot. They're mad. Do you know what's happening in our land? Are you people aware of what is going on in our land? Are you even aware of what is happening? Are you sure you know? No, you don't. Because if you know, if you see them, you will strangle them. Let us hear this woman and her plight. Listen. What's your name? What happened? What happened? Speak up. Fulani came to her house. Beating them. Started shooting. Took my daughter away. Gave them all the money I had. They took my daughter and left my grandchildren with me. I have not seen my daughter till today. And I'm going to call the woman now to see if I can get hold of her. And you're telling me, ohaneze, Apex group, the Apex thunder fire all of you and your Apex. You people are evil. And God will destroy all of you. Both those of you who are talking rubbish and the idiots in the media who are writing junk, God will destroy all of you. You don't know what Biafra means? You have forgotten where you come from. Do we look like any other useless, stupid race? Is that what you think? That you can get away with all this nonsense? Have you not seen how your land is? Have you not seen the mess therein? You want to bring the same mess into the holy land of God. It can never work. Never work. I'm going to call the woman so you can hear from her. This was happening and you're telling me that, please take it easy now. Try to take it easy. I am calling them to see if we can get hold of them this evening. That the world may hear your shame. All of you in the Zuzu talking rubbish, respect. Which useless, foolish elder is that? This is Radio Biafra. We are live. The world is listening. I am Nnamdi Kanu. Am I speaking to the woman that the daughter was abducted in front of her? Can you hear me? The person I'm calling on the phone, can you hear me? Oh my goodness, what sort of people are this? Can you hear me? Bring her to the phone. Bring her to the phone. I want her to raise her voice up. Raise her voice that the world may hear. Because everybody is listening. US government, they are listening. British, EU, everybody is listening. That the world may know what is going on in our land. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Who are these people with this woman? Why can't they hear me? I thought these are our media people. Can you hear me? I can't hear anything. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What sort of human beings are these? Can you hear me? I don't believe this. We are going to keep trying. Can you somebody pick up the phone from there and interpret for me? If she cannot speak, can't you talk? Huh?
disturbing us here.
I can hear your voice. It's not any network. Speak to me. Is she there? Is the woman there? Hey, Zoo. I don't believe this. What sort of human beings are this? Can you hear me?
This is the girl in question.
It's you that I want to talk to. Can you hear me? You talking now? Can you hear me? You that is talking now. Can you hear me? Oh goodness. When next they want to send people on this type of errand, you send people with common sense. I don't know where they got these people from. I don't know where they got them from. I will keep trying. I will play the woman's voice again so you can hear. I will keep trying until we get hold of her. I don't know the sort of people that they sent. Is a disgrace. The whole of Anambra, there is no media person with sense they can send to this woman. It's people who cannot listen very well that they send to her. What sort of people are this? What sort of people are this? I want the world to hear the voice of the woman that her daughter was taken. Unbelievable. I don't know this sort of human beings. I don't know. Let us continue. Let me play her voice again for you. And hopefully, of course, they will be able to pick up the phone. Hopefully, they will be able to pick up the phone. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me, for goodness sake? Can you hear me? Unbelievable. Hey. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely. They're not, the time the line connected, to get somebody to interpret became a problem. I don't know. Let us play the woman's voice until they are ready. Or maybe she can record something and send to me. Perhaps. Listen. What's her name? What happened? Speak up! Oh my goodness. Flani came in and knocked down the door. She's injured. She's showing her hand now. Where they injured her, where they hit her. I am Elum. Aguleri from Aguleri. Yes. I have not seen my daughter. Chioma is missing. Chioma Augustine is missing. 22 years. A young girl of 22 abducted by Fulani terrorists and kidnappers and rapists in Anambra State. Took all the money, took this girl like Leah Shuaibu, whatever she's called, never to be seen again. It's over. And you're telling me to have respect for ohaneze and for governors, work with them. Have you seen their handiwork? Have you all seen and heard what they have been doing in our place? Can you all see it now? Is anybody in doubt anymore? Is anybody in doubt as to how treacherous they are? Have you seen how evil they are? ohaneze and your so-called governors, do you see how evil they are? And all these idiots with their file, Sabo everywhere, doing video messaging. Have you seen what they are doing to distract you? As they are distracting you, talking rubbish. Oh, no respect for elders, this and that. You cannot get Biafra by cursing people. Meanwhile, their masters are busy abducting our children. Our daughter. They left the grandchild with the woman, took her daughter away. In the olden days, by now, believe you me, every sago will be done in our land. But they are busy gossiping. Now the question is, have you heard from Obiano? This is happening in Nambra? No. How about ohaneze? No. What then is your job? Have you heard from the senator representing this woman? No. Okay, how about the House of Reps member? No. These are the idiots writing rubbish every day. We need to synergize. We need to strategize. And they are taking your daughters away from before your eyes. Before your eyes, they are taking your children away. Did it stop there? No, not at all. There's another one. Please post this video. There is another one. I want you to post this very video. To post this very video. Very, very critical, please. Very, very. I will even try and see if I can get them on a direct line. I must speak to these people today. I have to speak to them. I must speak to them to see if, because it is absolutely critical that I get them. That you hear the voice of this very woman. That you hear her voice. Because what is happening in our land is beyond abomination. Beyond abomination. Let me try and see if I can get them on a direct call. Because I was trying to get hold of them via WhatsApp. I'll call them direct to see if they will pick up the phone. Let's see if they will. Let us see. I want to see if they will pick up the phone. No, absolutely not. They cannot. I must try and interview this woman actually. I'll interview her live, maybe on Zoom or something. I think that's what I'm going to do. Maybe around Wednesday I'll do Zoom. I will show my face on Wednesday and I will interview her live on Zoom. We'll bring her somewhere where the network is better. Do you know what the problem is? In December Anambra, they have kidnapped a girl in front of her mom, left her kids. So those kids will now be asking their grandma, oh, grandma, oh, where is mommy? Where is mommy? And then the grandma will tell the kids that Fulani came here and took your mother. Can you believe such rubbish? Honestly, we don't have any shame. Oh. If we have shame, believe nobody will come out. I say I'm from Anambra. Oh, I'm an Igbo man. I'm a Biafran. Your shame won't allow you to. Your daughters have been and I said it many years ago. They will come. They will take our children, and there will be nobody to raise a finger. Where is ohaneze? Is to be writing useless press statements saying they're going to court, and you're telling me you need to respect them. Are you not an idiot? You ask, are you not a fool? Do you think IPOB will be as foolish as all of you are? Once you're in IPOB, you will see the light. You will appreciate truth, no matter how bitter it is. No matter how bitter it is. There's another video I posted the pictures before. Listen carefully. Listen. Yes. Don't mind the idiots when they comment. Anambra State is happening. This is another one. Another one in Anambra. Fulani Miyetiala in Anambra.
This thing is happening at you.
Yes, now they know. Do you understand it? In Uli in Anambra. A girl cut into pieces in Uli. Not the one they abducted though. No, that one is separate. The same Anambra. The same Anambra. And people are making mouth. I have made money. I'm from Anambra. We have this album. That, do you know that because of these two incidents alone, because we are no longer in the spirit, do you know because of these two incidents, do you know that because of that, the wrath of God can descend on our land and destroy everybody? Where is the governor? Where's Willie Obiano? This is the man that called Operation Python Dance, killing of our people. I don't know how to explain this. I don't know which other language I can use so that people can appreciate the level of mess we are in. Some of you don't understand it. You people are like typical zoo animals. You don't reason. You don't know the mess you're in. That people can come to your land, take your daughters. Those that they cannot take, they butcher them. Divide their bodies. They cut off the right leg, cut off the left leg, cut off the head, cut off the 2 arms. Oh my. And you're walking. Hey. God forbid. Because we have no shame. There is no shame. That one is another video. Post it on my page. I want the world to see it. So that when we are going crazy, we are going mad, we speak the way you do, so you can understand why. Because it is not your daughter who was abducted. Because it's not your child who is being butchered inside our farmlands in Uli. Because they're not yours. And because you feel nothing. Those of you wild beasts in America, I wish American policemen can start killing all of you. The way they killed them, is it George Floyd? I wish I can say to American policemen, these are the people you should be killing. Not black Americans. These are the Africans in America. Go and kill them. They are evil. Because it's not your daughter that's being butchered in the farm. That is why you feel nothing. Do you see why I speak to you the way I do? Because you have no compassion, you have no empathy, you have no sympathy, you have no concern for the plight of other people. And therefore, I don't see you as a human being. You can never be before me. Never. That's why I speak to you the way I do. That is why. Please, there's another video. It's endless. Oh, this night is endless. So the world can see it. Because it's when you write to the British, it's a farmer header clash. Farmers are looking for water to give to their cattle, and they clashed. Farmer header clash, and you cut up a girl into 5-6 places. Farmer header clash. Farmer header clash, he went into a woman's house and took her daughter. Farmer header clash. Do you see how people you call ambassadors, how satanic they are? Do you see what Trump is fighting in America? Some of you are so blind. You don't know what Trump is doing. Some of you are so blind. Trump is one man standing a whole horde of darkness. If you don't know, let me tell you. See what is happening. In that same zoo, Nigeria, the American ambassador is there. The British, they will preach how civilized they are, how you should be civilized. In broad daylight, you see foreign diplomats covering up for Mietiala. Why? Because they have stuffed them with money. It's only in Nigeria that I knew that even diplomats, they take bribe. Only in Nigeria. That is why when you ask them, say, oh no, I don't want Nigeria to break. I don't want it to break. Oh no, don't break Nigeria. Because they know what they are getting. That is why Fulani will go to somebody's home and kill the person. Go and sack a village. When the diplomat will be filing his or her report, she will say, there are a few slight incidents around Agatu, and it's about water resources. A human being. A human being. Simple is only in the zoo, Nigeria, that I have seen that a diplomat can stand up and lie instantly. It's them. And as I told you, I was in America and I told them in the US, on Capitol Hill, I told them your diplomats are corrupt in Nigeria. The American ambassador is corrupt in Nigeria. The US ambassador is corrupt. Corruption in Nigeria. Corrupt. She is corrupt. The UK is the worst of them all. They are playing ping pong with your heads because you're blacks, niggers. You know nothing. Your brains are empty. That's why when they're playing with you, you don't know. But we do. We do. Please post that video. It's a Fulani attack along Abuja Enugu Expressway. I just want to let the world understand. Only Enugu and Anambra only. I don't want to go too far. Post that video for the world to see. Post it. Let the world see. And then I will then come to Anambra. I will then come to Anambra to let you see the abomination that some people are defending. I don't know. I don't know the type of God that made black people. I don't know. No conscience, no morality, nothing. Just pure evil. Evil, as their name is, darkness and absurdity. Nigeria, that's how they are. Darkness have taken over. Darkness have taken over in our land. I'm telling the truth. That men can no longer speak the truth. When they see the truth, they embellish it. Oh, be nice. How can I be nice to you when you are the embodiment of evil? You see evil and you condone it. You want me to be nice to you? Are you insane? Are you insane? Let me play for you the governor of Anambra State, Willie Obiano. I want to play for you what his response to all these killings. That was, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 months ago. As they are killing people now, he can no longer speak. How can people, you claim they are elite, they are learned, and they are governors. You know what they have done? They went to Anambra, they promised Obiano VP slot, vice president. They went to Delta, they told Okowa, oh, it's your turn now, we know, VP. The same VP, 2023, not president, but vice. They went to Enugu. They said, oh, if you are a good man, VP for you, VP. They went to Ogoyi, hey, my engineer, you're doing well, VP, you get the VP. Oh, we put you there, you are our boy, we put you there, so do the job of ohaneze, we'll see if we can give you VP. The same one single position, they have promised everybody VP. And now, it is now left for you to go and prove that you are worthy to be trusted with that position. And how are you going to do it? By giving our land to Fulani terrorists. So that when Fulani kills our people, you turn a blind eye. Let me play for you what Obiano said. He's been everywhere. But because we don't reason very, we are not analytical. Because let's be honest about it, had blacks been analytical, we would have gone to the moon by now. There will be running water, there will be good roads and good schools and good hospitals. That is a fact of life. Because the same university that the Prime Minister of Japan went to is where some of these morons went to. The same school. So how come all these places they are doing well, but not in the zoo? Because we are filled with evil. Until a black man acknowledges that there is a type of wickedness in him or her, there will be no progress. I'm being honest with you. Forget all this nonsense, there will be no progress. Because a black man is wicked. It's wickedness and evil. Or else, let us say a governor. You call elite. The elite. Oh, the governors are not here with them. They are not part of what they're doing. I want you to play what a governor opened his mouth to say. You people, because he's been promised the vice presidential slot. Listen carefully, please.
Where they are.
Listen.
If you destroy any farm, will you pay?
Yes.
And if you kill their cows, you pay.
If you kill Fulani cow, you pay. If Fulani destroy your crops, have you heard such rubbish before? From a governor of the state. Oh, Lord have mercy. Let's listen to him. Listen carefully.
I know that community must pay them.
Yes.
If they destroy your farm, they will pay you. And it may happen. If for any reason somebody dies, it's a police matter, but if our people is killed, they will pay 500,000 naira. While the police continues the action.
Are you listening? If you go to Anambra now, you kill anybody in Anambra State as a Fulani man, all Mieti Allah has to pay is 500,000 on a life. I come from a culture that we name our children Wakego. Do you know that when we are growing up, we were told that you cannot place any price on the life of anybody. You don't dare do it. It's a sacrilege. Here you have somebody who claims he's a son of the soil, a governor of a state, saying that if you kill a Biafran in the land that God gave to our ancestors, all you need to pay is $1,200 for a life. And you want me to respect them? Can you, asking us to respect, can you begin to see your own stupidness and stupidity? These are the people you want me to respect with my education. Somebody who reasons this way, you want me to respect. Are you drunk? Let's listen to him. I'm doing this program this evening to shame all of you idle gossipers, to put you to shame that what we are doing is right. This is a governor who should be concerned about the welfare of his people. If you kill anybody, I can go to Anambra and kill somebody, and I'll wear me yala and will learn how to speak Fufude or maybe broken Hausa. I can kill anybody. I can kill my enemy in Anambra now. I can kill them. I'll wear me yala. This thing I'll use stick to carry. They used to drive cattle from place to place, and I will pay you $1,200, and that's it. That's the end of you. You're gone. $1,200, and your own is finished. $1,200 per life in Anambra State, and you want me to respect them? And ohaneze and that is there. Apex, the Apex group. When I look at those idiots, both the useless journalists that are that junk, I get irritated. Apex. Let us hear the Apex statement from Apex governor of Anambra State. Let's hear, because even the Apex, they don't speak. Oh. Have you ever wondered why that they're killing people that Nyawodo cannot speak on it? Come out live and address the people. He can never do it. Because he came from a lineage of saboteurs. His father was a traitor. That was why Barclays Bank gave the family back all their money in their account when the war ended. What is a traitor? Anybody who doesn't know, you are either deceiving yourself or you're a criminal. You've joined them. It's a fact of life. Fact of life. Oh, they think because they have served the Fulani give them money, they think this IPOB will go serve Fulani. You are insane. We can't do that. You know we can do it. We are better than them 1 billion times over. We can never serve. You know that very well. You can go and serve them because you want money. You want to be the only cock crowing in your village. You want to understand his people now, do guy with it, as we say where we come from. Me and Alhaji, we are friends. So in the olden days, if you say Alhaji is your friend, people they will see you as a nobody. You are nothing. Listen to Obiano, governor of Anambra State.
If there are people in scale, we also pay 500,000 naira. And so we're finding this very well. I use the helicopter every 2 weeks to fly around.
We fly around.
Whether there are gatherings of cows or anything, then we send the Mietiala, who is my staff. The Mietiala is the government of Anambra State.
Did you hear that? the officially the fourth most deadly terrorist group in the world. But I know that unofficially they're the number 2 now. Is part of the government of Anambra State. Not IPOB. Nobody has said IPOB killed anybody, none. No guns, no weapons. We are fighting to save these people. But he went and brought in, as part of the deal for the rigging of his re-election in 2017, he went and brought Mietiala, a band of killers, as part of his government. So there is no longer any secret in Anambra State government house, because everything, the caliphate will be getting it direct. You have to call him to meeting now. Is it not part of the inner sanctum in Anambra State government? Do you still want me to respect them? Oh, you still want me to respect the governors and the ohaneze? Oh, I thought you said I should respect them before. Now, do you see why I don't respect them? A life is $1,200 in Anambra. He can kill 1,200 and you go scot-free. Mietiala is part of the government in Anambra State. And you want respect. Happy? Madness everywhere. Let me have a sip of water. Then we proceed. The question then is, the body parts of the young lady that was raped, tortured, dismembered, and scattered around the farmland in Uli. What did Ohaneze say? Because Ohaneze is meant to be for everybody. Ohaneze ndigbo across the nine states. No, in fact, 11 states. What am I talking about again? We have, listen carefully, please. I don't want to get it wrong. We have Igbo people that Ohaneze should be representing in Benue. We have Igbo people in Kogi. We have Igbo people in Cross River. We have Igbo people in Akwa Ibom. We have Igbo people in Rivers. We have Igbo people in the so-called Southeast states. We have Igbo people in Delta. We have Igbo people in Edo. Is that not correct? Have I missed anyone? Now you have Igbo people in 5 core Southeast states, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What is Edo? 12. Is that not it? 13. We have Igbo people in the 6 so-called South states. In every state, we also have Igbo people in Benue and in Kogi, plus the 5 shrunk southeastern states. Making it how many states? 40, it's more or less is 11, 12, 13 states in total. Ohaneze should be speaking for all of them. Is that not correct? Now, somebody died in Anambra State, the same place, not died, was killed in Anambra State, the same place that Nmianwodo came to, and said, I countermand what Nnamdi Kanu said about election boycott. I said, let's boycott. They said, no, don't boycott. In 2017, that they will vote. He said, our governor will try and vote somebody in. They voted. The person you voted in is now telling you that your life is worth $1,200, and Fulani can come and kill, and nothing will happen. As that's happened now. Did Ohaneze say anything about the woman that it is abomination in our land? No, nobody said a word. Did the governor say anything? Nothing. And which state did it happen in? It's Anambra. Where are those responsible for this crime, heinous crime? They are working. In fact, as they are killing, they are being emboldened. The army barracks is there in Onitsha to protect them. Every police command is under instructions to provide help and support to the Janjaweed as they march down south. Why are the police and the Igbo prosecutors that will charge money from IPOB, they see you as IPOB, they lock you up? Just like that. Or they are ready to kill you, as they're doing in Delta State. They arrest you and they kill you. How about the Fulani that are doing the killing? No, they are being given police escort and police support. Why is Ohaneze silent? There are killings. In fact, they publish all the headlines in batches of 4 so the world can see the mayhem in our land. That some idiots are concerned. He's an insult thief. He's an insult thief. On count. They're speaking grammar. On count. Insultive language. Your daughters are being taken in front of your eyes. Which insult is greater than that one? Why are the police and the Igbo prosecutors more interested? Why was it that Ohaneze was more interested in the proscription of IPOB, in the labeling of IPOB as a terrorist group, rather than arresting those who are killing, abducting, dismembering, and desecrating our land? Where is Pandef? All the killings in Akwa Ibom. Have they said any word? Because the Fulani, they know. The British taught them very well. The British experimented with warrant chiefs and it worked. That is the same template that Fulani is operating. They come, they intimidate, they blackmail you into allowing them to install whoever they like Opus Adema in Imo. Install whichever idiots they like, who will now do their bidding. We go to the north, we go and develop Sabongeri, we build places, we live in the townships. They come to our land, in our forests. Hey. And we have intellectuals. We have professors in Abuja and professional petition writers. You sandal slippers snap out everywhere. They don't talk in their shirt. You see them with long sleeve. They button it. You see red, blue, and black pen on the in the front pocket of the shirt. Professional petition writing rubbish in Abuja. No shame. They are from Anambra, some of them, but no shame, no shame. Talking rubbish. Your daughters are being abducted. Your daughters are being raped and cut into pieces. No shame whatsoever, none, to be writing junk. He insults people. The way I don't like the way he insults people. But oh, you like the way Fulani abduct your daughters? And you went to school. Oh, we need to chronicle this. Look at the woman that the daughter was abducted. Did the village vigilante do anything? No, they're waiting for IPOB. They say, don't give everything to IPOB. Please, channel it to the village vigilante. But the vigilante was there in Uli, where the girl was butchered. Did they do anything? No. Vigilante was in Ayamalum. Did they do anything as the girl was being abducted? No. Because some of you don't know that your so-called vigilante is under the, should I say, the supervision of the community PG, President General, who in turn is an agent of, is a land agent for Mietiala. So any money you give, any support you give to local vigilante in your village, hoping it will go towards protecting your village, is going towards doing the bidding of Mietiala, the fourth most deadly terrorist group in the world. Now, after that, you want me to respect you? After exhibiting such stupidity, you think I will respect you? I think you're drunk. You are much drunk. You are very, very drunk. Look at the woman whose daughter was abducted. Did the village vigilante do anything? No. This was exactly the nonsense we did when the British came, why we couldn't defend our land, and our land fell to the British. Arajuku collapsed in 1904 because the resistance was not organized properly. Everybody, I'm autonomous. Let me do my own in my village. And as they overran one village, clan after clan, community after community, they were going until they took all of us. And our land fell to them. The same rubbish that these pseudo-intellectuals are now trying to recreate in our time. The same old garbage. The same old nonsense. Go to your village and defend yourselves in your village with what? The people invading you, they are organized. They planned this thing for nearly 50 years. They have over $30 billion US to back them up. They have the army, they have the police, they have the air force, they have everything. They have Yoruba cowardice to count upon. You have nothing. And say go to your village and organize vigilante. Look, these are intellectuals. If this is intellectualism, Chileke boy, God for I don't want such rubbish. Intellectuals. Writing rubbish. Listen very carefully. There was no organized resistance. You know, people in the zoo, they don't know any history. Look at Japan. Ask yourself, why was it that the Japanese resisted the Dutch when they came? Because Japan had, of course, the seat of chrysanthemum is very old. They're organized, they have an army. Organized, waiting. So that when the Dutch came, they told them to please piece off. And the Dutch left. Because the Dutch came to say, oh, we have guns with us. And the Japanese army showed them guns. They ran away. That's why nobody conquered Japan or colonized them. They took the rest. A bit of Hong Kong was taken, Macau was taken, which part of mainland China, you know? Oh, Singapore was taken, Malaysia, everywhere, they ravaged everywhere. They came to Japan. Japan said, no, that thing you have, we have it as well. Oh. And everybody respected themselves and went their separate ways. Now, do you understand? So when you claim you are a pseudo-intellectual writing rubbish, go to your village and build resistance. How can your village resist one platoon of Mietiala? How? With the support of the police and the army. How, I'm asking you? Can you defeat them? Hey, how then can I have respect for such people? Look at the newspaper headlines from 20. It's on my page now. Look at the newspaper headlines from 2016 till now. Look at it very carefully. What does it tell you? What does it tell you? That Waldo and your Igbo governors, Pandef, all these idiots, oh, we are elders, we are the elite, we are politicians. They saw what was happening, but failed to deal decisively with it. And when IPOB came, that had the solution to all these problems, what did they do? The way they ganged up, the level of cooperation, the level of understanding amongst these vermin, these are demons, I'm telling you. The way they organized themselves very quickly to remove the only people that brought them hope, to now pave the way for the Janjaweed to come in with their army to kill us. That's why our daughters are being stolen. That's why our daughters are being abducted, being killed, butchered in broad daylight. Do you know why they don't want to talk about it? It's because they are ashamed of themselves. If they said, people remind them, oh, but IPOB came to do this, and you said no. You betrayed them. That's why they cannot speak. And are these the people you want us to respect now? Do you still want us to respect them? Do you want us to respect them? People are dancing Ofala. And I said to association in America, in Houston, in Chicago, they are dancing Ofala in another man's land. Doing Ofala, Neriji, they are eating New Year festival. Your daughters are being taken in the village. Can't you see it? How? Tell me if you deserve respect. No, you accusing us of being insultive. Now, after what you have heard, do you think you deserve to be respected? You are dancing Ofala in another man's land, building Igbo village in Virginia with red with mud, doing drinking Hennessy and dancing Ofala. Your daughters are being taken in the village by the Fulani. Your governors are Fulani stooges. Your so-called ohaneze these are a band of traitors from not them, not Wodo. His father was a traitor during the war. Ask him now, he will tell you. They were a traitor during the war, not him. Ask him, if your father hadn't been a traitor, why would they give your family back the money they had in Barclays Bank? Every family got 20 pounds after the war, regardless of how much you had as deposit before the war. How come, Wodo, your family, they got all their money back? Because your father was a traitor. And so are you right now. Don't you know that? And we'll say, oh, maybe we can go to the West. Maybe they're learned, Yorubas, they read very well, they are learned, they can help. If you go there, Church Abasa, it's even worse. You think what is happening to us is bad? Yoruba is worse than what is happening to us. And every day you keep praying, maybe there are some serious people that can emerge from Yoruba land. Serious, honest people that you can work with. And you keep looking around, there is nobody. You keep looking and searching. Are there no people there touched by what is going on? Who can do something? No, there's nobody. I just hope that the young man continues to do his work and remains very strong. I posted this on my page earlier. I don't know how far I got, they are trying to stop us. At least now, that history is very good. When I said, they said, oh, you hate Yoruba, why are you saying this? I said, no, truth is constant. It never changes. It doesn't matter how you deliver it. With a soft tone or with a harsh voice, it is still the same. It is the truth. Do you know that because of our expose on the issue of Ilorin, how Yoruba lost Ilorin, today they come out and they say it openly, and I respect that. Kwara has been part of the North since they conquered it. They are now coming out and telling the Yoruba, we conquered your land. The Magaji Nta of Ilorin openly is no longer hidden. And I say to Yoruba Irats, why do you waste your time on Biafra? When your land was taken from you, you've not fought to retrieve your land from the Fulanis in Ilorin. Your land has been ravaged by these people. Why are you bothered about exactly the mentality of ohaneze and Ndoshi and the governors? They never fought the Fulani. The only people they had energy to fight was IPOB. The same thing with Yoruba Irans. The only people they have the energy to fight are the people fighting to be free. Not the oppressor, not the terrorists from the north. Oh no. Do you see why I say that black people are foolish? Do you see how their brain works? Can you now see it? Now, instead of Yoruba to come and say to Biafrans, no, not Yoruba, I'm sorry, Oduduwa, come and say to Biafrans, let's join and resist these people from the north. They won't do it. Instead, the Muslims amongst them will be antagonizing Biafrans. That is the brain of a black man, and that is what I attack all the time. That stupidity, that part of the brain of a black man that is filled with ignorance, filled with envy, filled with jealousy. That is what I attack all the time. And we are destroying it. That is why they can now publish it, that Yoruba land was conquered. It's there now, it's in the open. How can you be, instead of you to fight, to take back your land, you're busy fighting those who are looking for what you ought to be looking for as well. What you should be looking for is what we are fighting for. But you cannot fight the oppressor. It's a Biafra that you're fighting. You're fighting IPOB. Writing rubbish. As always. Instead of people to work together to say, let us stop our oppressors. You are busy making their job a lot more easier. Why wouldn't they come into our land and take it? All your governors are in their pockets. Ohaneze, they created Ohaneze. Who will defend you? Who am asking you? If not IPOB. Who can do it? If I give the order today to march, it will march. Who else can do it? Nobody. He's to come to this one, writing rubbish. Hey, he's uncouth language. He insulted rubbish. Pure nonsense. And there are mad lunatics everywhere. It will get to their doors until it gets, as somebody wrote, until it gets to their doors, they will never ever lift a finger. For now, they keep acting blind. They don't know what is happening. They keep pretending as if they are dumb. They are foolish. Of course, Facebook is helping them, attacking my page, making my voice to crack. But in other places, so it's very clear. But on my page, my voice is cracking. We know all their tricks. You know, if you're not strong in this thing, in this effort we're making to free ourselves, you won't understand. You become demoralized very easily. Maybe when you write something, you're used to getting 10,000 reactions. All of a sudden, it is now only 100. And because the Yoruba that works for the Alamajiri inside Facebook, as they do with BBC Igbo, you know, it's Alamajiri that's running. BBC was being run by Fulani people. You don't know that? You can't ask any BBC Igbo correspondent, ask the person, who is your guy? Who is your master? They will tell you he's a Fulani man. Ask now. There's something with Facebook. They get Yorubas to be doing their dirty jobs for them. So anytime you're used to getting 1,000 reactions, 4,000, 5,000, 10,000, you wake up one morning, you're now only getting 500 or maybe 40. They want you to give up. They want to serve two purposes. One is to say that you no longer have large following. That's number one. So people of very fickle mind will say, oh, I used to come here. It used to be about, say, 5, 6, 7,000 reactions. Now it's only 100. Maybe what he's saying